Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody? Like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell so you'll be notified every time I upload. NFL preseason is here, man. So you know what the drill is. If a lot of people that have been rocking with me for years, you know, I do play DFS. That was my first love. I do cover NFL preseason. I do cover NBA preseason. I have videos from back a year ago that's showing you how to research NFL preseason and NBA. All right, it's a tedious process. I just, especially for DFS, which is daily fantasy sports, that's a very tedious process. You have to really sweat these beat writers and things of that nature. So, speaking of beat writers, if you follow me on Twitter, I have a NFL beat writer list. I have an NBA beat writer list because before you know it, we'll have NBA right around the corner. We'll be researching NBA preseason. So if it's not your forte, then it's not forte. Your forte. I play prize picks. I play fantasy. I play I bet. So it is what it is. Um, Nothing spectacular today, and be safe. Watch your bankroll. Take care of your bankroll. Just have a little action if you just want to be a degenerate. Just have a little action, a few dollars here just to keep the juices flowing. To make things a little interested, a little McDonald's money. Nothing spectacular. Okay. Um, we got player props on Prize Picks, and yeah, that is it is what it is. Pretty decent site here. If you it's a player prop site, man, where you could put parlay player props and get paid for your winnings. You got a max amount of picks is five, and if you hit all five, you get 10 times your payout. You can afford to miss. You can afford to get you can afford to get miss two picks and still get something back. All right, on a five pick. My personal favorites are probably two picks where it's equivalent to plus 200. So if I was to put $20 on a two pick, I'll pull and I win. I'll pull back in $60. Now, first game we got on the docket, we got the New York Giants. We got an over under 34.5 in this one here. New York Giants at the New England Patriots, and New York Giants here are the favorites. You got to watch the beat writers and yada yada yada. These teams are not going to play a ton and stuff like that. All right, so we already got news winded that I don't know how much playing time that people will be having, that these players will have, but starters are not supposed to be playing much like for New York Giants. So I'm still not going to touch. He might get out there for a series and have two series. Still not going to touch Daniel Jones here, but be my guess. It is what it is. Tyrod Taylor is the guy that I like here. His passing yards are uh, sitting at 54 and a half. I'll probably look to something like a fantasy score. It's sitting at 4.5. He has rushing upside. He does. He is a quarterback. He can pass the ball, and it's a possibility. That he could run one in, throw one. So 4.5. I'm not opposed to getting to that. So I'm going to lean towards the over 4.5. All right. Next play I was looking at was maybe a Saquon Barkley. He got a 3.8 fantasy score, and he has his rushing yards are set at 18 and a half. If he plays, or if he plays one series, I can't talk you off the under here. I was looking at it really really hard, but I probably just won't go there. Okay, so that's another one that I'm looking at there. Snap, excuse me. Um, Going back here to the passing section here, you got to get somebody like Bailey Zappi, okay? Zappi, have you pronounce his name? He, I can see him getting a half of play. All right, he doesn't have to rushing upside like these mobile quarterbacks do, or whatever the case may be. That's why you can see a big discrepancy in his passing yards numbers between the rest of the quarterbacks that he's going to face, because he's guy that's going to go out there, stay in the pocket, throw it. Now, two halves, I mean, 2 quarters. I mean, I think I can see him getting 2 quarters. I don't know how much or if Jones is going to play, so he probably won't play. Then they got somebody backing him up, like Hoyer is backing up Jones. So, I don't know how much Hoyer would play. Uh, but there's a good possibility that, Zappy could hit this. I would probably play him in fantasy, though, DFS, not the fantasy score. I'd probably play him in DFS. So that's another story. If you know, you know. I just don't cover all those different things on this channel. All right, so. But then if you want to get there, be my guest. You can get there. It is what it is. All right. So what is this here? Passing yards. Okay. Next play I want to talk about here is Malik Willis, man, Tennessee. So we just read off a few numbers here. We do have a over under 32.5 in this Tennessee game. Tennessee Titans at Baltimore Ravens, and then you have Baltimore Ravens. They're the favorites. All right. Now, before we get into it, let's talk about the coach real fast. He's the thumbnail. Harbaugh has a monstrous record for preseason, man. He's got a 20-0 record since 2016, the longest win streak in league history here. All right, so he's going for another win tonight, and how can I not back that? All right, you got the money line's pretty juiced up at minus 175. Last year they offered us same game parlays on DraftKings. I guess they're not today. Let's see. Let's take a quick look. Let's see. Maybe later on, but they're not offering same game parlays today. So that's something to look at there. Otherwise, yeah, they're not offering them. Interesting. Maybe a little later on, but we'll see. But yeah, sliding over here so I'm automatically gonna I gotta lean towards Baltimore just for those purposes, narrative purposes there. So that's one thing that I'm looking at there. Now, fantasy score. I want to slide over to fantasy score because I think there's some value here with somebody like what was that? Oh, okay, yeah. So talk about Willis, all right? So I'm gonna end up taking the over here. I don't expect Tannehill to be playing, if at much. So, give me the over. You know what I'm saying? 6.5 fantasy points. He should see decent run, if you ask me. He has rushing upside here. And, I'm looking at, 2 quarters or super close to it. I'll bite the bullet here. Give me the over 6.5 fantasy score for Malik Willis there. All right. But yeah, I don't want to go too much and get too much and got people all over all over the place here. Those are 2 players that I do like. Like I said, I will be taking the Baltimore Orioles. I mean the Baltimore Ravens to win this game. All right. Couple 1 or 2 more plays, I'd say, I'll slide over here to the rushing yards here, and I'll probably take a small lean towards the over for Tyler Beatty. All right, small lean towards the over for 21.5. I just think he's going to have an opportunity to surpass this number right here with a few more guys on the board. It looks pretty good as well. You could look at somebody like Thornton from you could look at somebody from Tyquan Thornton from New England. He's sitting at a 24.5 receiving yards. He's somebody who he can catch a deep ball if he gets open, so that's something. A one pop, he can hit that at one one catch or maybe two. So that's something that you can look at there. And another another guy I was looking at was for receptions is somebody like Freeland here. All right. So I mean, not Freeland. I'm sorry. So let's see. Do they have him as a fantasy score for? Okay, Fab Phillips here. All right. So uh, decent target share. He's been you've been hearing his name in camp. And then you know this is PPR. So he goes out there and gets you a few catches here and there. It's a possibility that he could hit that 4.3 fantasy score. So even three to four catches or something like that, you get a point per catch. So and I've been seeing him catch the ball here and there. So don't want to make this video too long. I mean, you get somebody like who else? Darius Slayton. He's been rolling with the practice the third squad, so he's somebody who can be out there. So at 3.4 fantasy score, somebody who the young guys can go out there and trust, or what I'm saying, that could be in play with all the injuries that these teams are facing, and given the fact that the starters are not going to be playing so much. So those are a few leans there that I just ran off to you guys. And other than that, it is what it is. Good luck out there, guys. Be safe. New England, I'll probably lean towards New England in the first game. Bye.